This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the next session on module full programming. The last few classes we have discussed about what exactly the module full program. So with module full program, we can do the DQL and DML operations. And so the program type is M, and you cannot directly test the module full programs. If you want to test the module full program, we need to have any transaction code. But there are many ways to create a module full program. One is create in a program, type module full, and go to SC51, create the screen. So that is one way. The second way is we can create the executable program, then we can call in a screen, call screen, and that way also we can do it, that we can directly test it. But third way is we can create in a function group and we can create in a screen page. So the function group main program we have to take whenever you create in a transaction code. And also if you want to come back to the screen, we are going to use the leave screen, leave to screen. And whenever you create in a screen, there are some events PBO and PAI. And PBO which will be triggered before screen display, PAI which will be triggered after the screen display. And PBO will be triggered two times, one before screen, then after screen. And we have in a flow logic contains PBO, PAI, POH, and POV guys. And these are all the some of the things which we have seen. And also the most important thing is the table control. So if you want to handle multiple records, we are going to use a table controls. So whenever it is in a table control, you have to create an internal table and work area. And so maintain the table control. The table control syntax is TC type table view using screen 102. And the fourth step is we must have a loop in two events. One is PBO and another one is the PAI. Okay, that's a table control. And whenever you do a table control, suppose if you want to validate the fields in the table control, we are going to use a chain and chain is the one command. In the chain and chain, we have two kind of requests. One is on input and another one is the on chain request. Okay, so those two events we are going to use it. On-chain request means, so whenever you enter all the value on the record, the on-chain request will be triggered. But on input means, so on the particular field, whenever you enter the on input event will be triggered, guys. So these are two things. And yesterday I tried to do something, but which doesn't work. Today we'll try that. So we have the how to enable disable of fields on a screen, which is not working yesterday. Maybe try to do that in today's class. I see 10. Create function group, huh? Yeah, this is the function group and which we have used. And go to here. See, we have a screen, the screen 100. So we have two things, guys. One is PBO and another one is here. First I'll go to the layout. So we use three radio buttons, and also we have some customer, sales org, distribution channel, and division. Okay. So whenever I select customer, actually I should get only the customer input. But so we maintain these three radio button groups into one single group, and we have an input and output fields. So how can you do this? So how can you enable this? So go to the flow logic, and I did a chain and chain and field module on entering the input value. Maybe instead of on input, maybe I will, yesterday it's not working. So do we have on request? Yeah. So we'll do with the on request. Okay, maybe I put an a. See, the code will be available in always the module guys. See, so wherever the field, the cust, wherever I select the cust radio button on request, that means radio button means on request, not an input. Input field it's an on input, but it is a radio button means on a request guys. So go to the here and put a breakpoint. So look at screen. So whenever the field VKORG, VTWG or SPART, put screen active equal to 0. That means active equal to 1 means we are going to enable the field. And active equal to 0 means we are going to disable the fields. We are modifying the screen list. So why it's not recurring, we'll see. And the transaction is GEDG name sales M. So I will go to the GEDG 9 sales or seller sales and do this. It's triggering loop at screen. Maybe I put inside the guys. That means whenever these fields comes, here it will stop. So inside I put a breakpoint. Okay, I will delete the here. So F5. So the screen name. So first one is VKORG. So if it is VKORG, I put active equal to 0. And the second field is VTWG. So first the active equal to 1, but I am going to modify that as a 0. And next active is 1. I am making that as a 0 and modifying it. So actually it should work guys. It should work. And it's not working. That's the problem. Modify screen fields. So why it's not working? Maybe what I will do guys, maybe I will write the same code in PBO as well. Why? Because maybe that logic should be there in the this logic I keep it in the PBO. How it works we'll see guys. Process and so maybe I will do this module modified underscore screen. Okay, this also is saved and the printer and the syntax. Why? Because even this will be triggered, PBO will trigger after entering the value as well. So I am writing in the PBO. Same module guys. PI and chain request I am doing, but in PBO without request I am going to do it guys. So execute. Sorry, we cannot execute from there. And GEDG name sales and select. Huh? No, it's not triggering. Slash H. Enter. So F7. Okay. So if sales is equal to true, put the breakpoint here. F5. F5. No, it's not triggering. So what is the problem? So disable fields. Okay. Module. Okay. I did same, right? If screen field is this, the radio button A is selected, that screen input equal to 0 or screen active equal to 0. Correct or not? What is the problem then? Two radio buttons. Okay, groups. GR. Okay, so maybe I'm going to maintain the groups. So here I'm going to maintain. So group, see in the selection screen we have used modified. Did you remember? So we have used the modified to enable disable the fields. Here we are going to maintain a group stage. So it's an G1. Okay. Here also I will maintain it's an G1. So these two, the text and field comes under the one group. The text and field comes under the one group. So here I maintain the sales, total sales into the another group. The group is G2, and here also I will maintain G2, and here also I will maintain G2, and here also G2, G2, distribution channel G2, distribution channel G2, groups G2. So G2, division G2. So customer field, I maintain a group G1, and the sales area field I maintain as a G2. So activate the screen. And go to the flow logic, and maybe I will take out this. This is creating the problem. So go to the modify script. Save. Module is available. PBO module deleted. It's deleted. Okay. Yes. And do you need to create new include? No. This one. And here I'm going to make the logic. So look at screen, and already there is a code base which is set here. So this code control X control. So look at screen. So maybe so if the radio button, what is the names which we are given for the radio buttons? If cust equal to ABAP underscore true. If the customer radio button selected and modify the screen for the sales, right? And else if sales which is equal to ABAP underscore true, and end if, and this time we are going to do control C and control V, and so here the problem is sales equal to true only. Guys, here don't use the name. Instead of this, you need to use in a group base. So I don't use the names. So we have used in a group. So the 3RP group 1, and which is equal to, so sales, what is my group guys? Sales is G2. I maintain in a G2 group as an for all sales field, distribution channel, sales organization division, I maintain an G2. So I'm going to deactivate that. And next one is, this is the G1. This group 1 is group 1, and which is equal to the G. Okay, and activate the screen. Create a printer and do the syntax check. And what is the problem? See, this loop we do not have an end loop. Create a printer, do the syntax check. No syntax error, and activate. Activate and go to the screen. It is blue color. Activate the screen, guys. So go to modify screen. Put in a breakpoint. Put in a breakpoint. So maybe I'll go to the it is the 9 sales. No, enter. So first it is going. So cast the radio button. Sales. So which is what? No one is selected. So maybe I select the sales one. So if the sales, which is equal to true, and go to the sales, look at screen, and group 1. So we do not have a group 1. Whenever group 1 comes, see the group 1 comes now. Screen icon name. So customer number. So whenever you select sales radio button, the customer number is group 1. I'm going to active equal to 0, modify screen and execute. See guys, now it's working. The customer is disabled. The customer is disabled for the input. So you need to handle the group guys. Modified here the model for you need to use the groups. So to enable the disable the fields, it's very important, you know. Note to enable and disable the fields in module tool program. We have to use group attribute for the input fields. So username group attribute. Click on the screen attribute, maintain the group. The related fields, maintain all the related fields into the single group. And then we need to use the loop at screen. Use loop at screen and use the screen attributes active. So whatever you want, any modification, input and invisible. So all these we can do it. We can enable the field, we can input or output the fields, and also we can invisible the password like fields also we can do. By using invisible, we can enable a field like in a password like field. That means the value will not be visible, you are going to get a stars. So that kind of things we can do. So this is the enable and disabling the fields on the module 4 program. So that's it. And maybe I go to the program again. Maybe I will select now customer input details. So whenever I select customer input details, the all sales area fields should be disabled. See F5 and go to here screen group 1. So F8. See VKO RG. So group 2, and whenever sales organization we are doing an active equal to 0, that means it will be disabled. So next one is VTWG and next one is division. So everything is disabled. See, all the fields are disabled. All the fields are disabled. So this is the module pool with the enable and disabling of the fields. We are trying in the PBO module because PBO will be triggered 2 times. So we need to do in the PBO module. Next, so how can you upload the files in module pool program? So the next concept is upload the files in the module pool program. Upload the files in module pool program and display the record in table control. Display the record in the table control. So this is the one more option. This is also a good concept. Okay, so how can you do that? So I'm going to use the sales. Okay, so let's take an example of okay, GDDZ line sales. Yeah. So maybe when it is in a sales area, and one more thing, did you observe anything, guys? So whenever you come first, it's not working. First time I'm coming. So see, guys, the selection is customer input details, but sales area input is coming up, right? Why it's not working? So GEDZ 9 sales M. See, click on cost space, click on sales space. We have one more radio button also. Both, correct. Both. Everything is space based. Okay. So actually, we need to do a default selection base. My default selection. Tell me which one should be the default selection. Perfect answer. You need to select both equal to the x base. So that's the thing. But where you can do that default both equal to x. How can you do this? So by default, it should select this option. By default, it should select sales and customer input details. That means both should be on the input. How you can do this? How many ways? Huh? Okay, perfect. So go to the master program. Sorry, not required. Where is the includes? Go to the top include. So maybe I can put in a default value on this. So see, I think the value which is equal to x. So maybe I'm doing a both equal to the x. Will it works? We'll see. Okay, come back and again do this. Enter and F8. See guys, by default both option is selected. But when I click on customer input details, yes, it will display only customer input. When I click on sales area input, it will display only the sales. It's a perfect way of working. So the bug is you need to do a default selection on the radio buttons. Okay, this is the one thing. And maybe what I am going to do is I'm going to when I enter 1000 and distribution channel 10 and division 00. Okay, when I click on this, when I press enter, okay, when I press enter, it should go to the next screen. In the next screen, I am going to upload the records from the file that I will display in the table control. Okay, that kind of option I'm going to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so when I click on customer input details, I will upload on a customer file. So little heavy dose in the model pool. Okay, so when I click on sales area input details, I am going to upload the sales order details. So that details I am going to do it. So maybe take these values, and when I click on enter, it should go to the next screen. Okay, so maybe I'm going to write the logic. So enter, how can you handle the enter? Okay, code, and go to the screen. There is a screen. Screen. Okay, go to the screen, and in the status, do you have okay code handling in the status? Yeah. So I have enabled an okay code enter option. The function code is the okay code base, and go to the PAI module. There is a PAI module. Go to see here, from here itself you can go user command. So don't write this logic, guys. Delete this logic. And when it is an okay code, okay, when it is an okay code, if sales equal to the ABAP underscore true, when the sales radio button is selected, end if, and call the screen, call screen 002 002. Okay, this is my screen is 001, and the second screen I am going to the 002. Double click, and yes, yes, I can create the screens from here itself, and this is my second screen. Okay, so manage sales orders. Okay, save, and go to the layout, and here this. So here I am going to first I am going to upload the records from the file list. So I would like to create an input field for the file. So input output field. Sorry, we have one structure called, guys, whenever you would like to design RLGRAP. So RLGRAP is the structure. Get it from dictionary. So there is a file name, guys. So this is my file name. So take the file name as an input field. Take the file name as an input field. This is my file name, guys. This is my file name. RLGRAP file name. And what is the structure length? It is giving me more value. Back SC11. Then a standard structure RL GRAP. RL GRAP. So display. These are structure, file name, and character 122. Because the file path is C, comma. Suppose I have a file like this. So file, and go to the properties. You can see all the path. See, the path will be available somewhere, guys. Yeah, see location, see users, admin, desktop, and file name. So that length will be more. That's why they are given 128 characters. Okay, so yes, I did a name file input on the screen. I did a file input on the screen. Okay, then, and guys, what I need to do is file name and activate the screen. That's fine. Activate. So go to the flow logic. Okay, go to the flow logic. Maybe same way I'm going to enable and disable that kind of things. And also, guys, one more thing I need to put in the layout. So I put on a file, and also I will put on a upload option. So push button I'm going to click upload. upload the data. Okay, so upload the data. Upload. UPLD is the action, and put an icon. Upload. File upload. Icon I want to put upload. What you can see, browse. Upload option. You will be having some symbols for the upload. So can anybody give some of the words, technical words? Upload, browse. Tell me. Plus no file upload icon. Execute, create. See, this is the one. So export, import means export, import. The arrows. Export means download. Import. We need to use an import. Export means we are downloading the data from SAP, that is an exporting. So uploading, we are importing from Excel, we are importing the data to the SAP. So use the import icon. Use the import icon. Okay. So this is my icon and this is my file name. Okay. And also guys, but so you need to select the file. How can you select the file? See, I will go to the Gmail. Very good example. Okay, for this. So go to the Gmail. So go to the upload option. So see, first one is attach file, one push button. And whenever you attach, you need to have this browser base. You need to get this browser. This browser option, you need to this browse option you need to get it. So in SAP also it's possible guys. So maybe so when you need to upload is whenever you do F4 on the field, I should get this whenever you do an F4. But in module pool, whenever you do an F4, which event will be triggered? Which event will be triggered? In module pool, whenever you do an F4, which event will be triggered? Whenever you do an process on value request. This is the use of the POV. So POV event which we need to use. Other than PBO and PA, when you want to do an F4 on the field, so you need to use the event POV guys. So I am going to close this. So we did an RL file name, layout, double click. So function code. Okay, now function code is not required on the input field. So we need a function code on the push buttons. So we did an upload UPLD, and maybe go to the flow logic, and here I am going to write an event, new event. See guys, this we need to write explicitly. PBO and PA will be available by default, but process on value request. Process on value request. Okay, on which field you are doing process on value request, and field extension is required. Process on value request. When you do this on the field, okay, it's not possible. Okay, so maybe save, pretty printer, do an F1 on this event is. So maybe I need to put a field on the extension or not. So process on value, see the documentation. So process on value request are triggered by the request for the F1 or F4. POH for the F1 and POV for the F4 days. Okay, and see guys, the field statement of the render field of the screen element. The multiple exit for the screen, only the first is executed. The content of the field specified render field is not automatically passed to the call module in the event block process. The system returns the processing of the screen field. So guys, whenever you do this, you need to write in a field. On which field you need to do any logic. Field, my field is RL GRAP hyphen I. This is my field, and write in a module. So module, okay, browse underscore file, okay, on a request. This logic which you need to do. So that means you are doing F4 means you are doing some request. On this field, you are doing some request. Whenever you do a request, this module, this event will be triggered. This on request event will be triggered. It's not on input. You are not doing an input. You are doing a request. When you do F1, F4, a radio button selection, the event comes as a request. Okay. Whenever you enter the values on the field, you are going to get an on input is the event. So whenever you write in a field, so I'm going to use the events called on request and on input. So on input is whenever you enter the data, the on input event will be triggered. Whenever you do a request like F1, F4 radio button selection, the on request event will be triggered. Now I am doing an F4 on this field. So that time this module, whatever you declare, that module is going to be called this. So okay and okay guys. So here we need to use a function module guys. If you want to get that, so there is a function module F4 underscore file name. So simple F4 underscore file name, which is the function module which we need to use it. So what is the program name? SAP program. The what is the screen number? SAP SYSTR SAP. You can use SAP. That is SAP program. SAP screen. Current screen. Current screen number is SAP debug NN guys. So on which field you are doing this? This is my RL GRAP hyphen file name, and so the file name which will be stored in the RL GRAP hyphen file name. So whenever you select the file, that file will come, that will be stored on this field. But whenever you store the value on this field, so the value will be available on the screen field, right? So that's what I have designed a screen field with this name. So whenever you select the file, the value will be stored, the path will be stored here. Whenever the path will be stored, that will be populated on the screen. So save and ready printer and activate edit some error which is coming. RL graph file name is unknown. So RL graph file name is unknown. Where? Yeah. File name. And it's not the one more thing is you need to have a data object. RL graph file name data object. So if you want to get this as a data object, what you need to do? To declare in a tables. Declare in a tables. RL GRA. Okay. So it creates in a work area, guys. Whenever you create in a tables, it creates in a work area. Then data objects will be available. Do the syntax check, no syntax errors, and activate the total function group. Activate the total function group. Okay, and edit. Some problem. RL graph file name is unknown. Why? So maybe activate first the global declaration only alone. First activate the global declaration. Then activate the this. Activate this. Okay. Activate display syntax errors. You know what is the syntax error? This is active, and something problem is screen 002. So do the syntax check here. So I think some problem. See, input output algorithm file and not defined. spelling. RL graph file name to the syntax check. Unable to interpret on multiple causes of error. Okay, let it enter. Do the syntax check. So maybe I will put on a breakpoint whether it is triggering or not. Create session. See, it is the 9 sales M. Okay, I select sales area input details. Radio button. Okay, this is the breakpoint says. F8 and input something. Okay, my input is 1000. And 10 and 00 and enter. Whenever you enter, it goes to the next screen. See guys, hello all. It's CA, CA. Okay, so here you can see the file name and also upload. Okay, so here you can see the field F4 option is enabled. How the F4 option is enabled is because the event process on value request. So whenever I press F4, you will get a pop-up. See guys, this is my pop-up. So I am going to select some file. Okay, so select the file, some Excel. See, I have selected that Excel. That Excel is that whatever the file name which you have selected, that I have saved in the RL graph file name. So this is the screen feed which is designed in the RL graph file name. The path is populated over here. Now when I do an import upload, okay, when I do an upload and the data which is there in the file, so that should be I'm going to display on the table control base. Here I'm going to design a table control. So in the table control, I'm going to keep that data. Okay, first let me design a file. So I'm going to design a file. So this is my new folder and module tool already attached. Right. Okay. New folder and module tool files. And create an Excel new and Excel and sales file So maybe I'm going to insert some record in the VBAC table, guys. That's my sales records. Okay, it's my sales fields I'm going to do. EVLN, sales order number, AUART, sales order, sales order type. And already I have a sales organization, distribution channel, division, the input. I don't want to take it. Already that details are there. And a date, date, yes, ERDAT, we'll see the date field as well. And KU and then our customer number. And also NED, you want to take quantity, uh, uh, price, okay, price. Okay, these details I am going to save this. Maybe order number is 100 and AURT is TA and ERDAT is, I am going to put the date in external format. Yes. Okay, what is the date? 29.01.2020 and customer number is some customer number. Okay, 1000 is the customer number. Price is okay, 55,000. Okay, same way, control C, upload some 20 records. Okay, so this is my order number is 101 and so 119 orders and price, and so this is something I have did here. So the records which I did. So maybe the customer is 0. So like this, I have some data in my Excel. So now I'm going to upload this data to the in the table control, guys. Now I need to design a table control, right? So with this field, I'm going to declare a table control, guys. So to do this, I need to have a internal table with this fields, guys. So maybe I go to the program and global data declarations. Always I put in the function group. I always keep it in the top. So go to the top, and declare a types. So I'm going to declare the types. So types. Okay, we have a shortcut pattern and go to here and with fields in the VBAC. Okay, don't use much time. So I want VBLN and ERDAT, AUART, NETWR, and control F, KUNL, and copy. It's TY underscore file. This is my file data. Thanks. Okay, guys, I will put the whenever you do the upload, the order which is there in the file, which should be match the order in the internal table, guys. Otherwise, your data will be mismatched. So always you maintain first one order, next one is date, guys. So cut this, cut, insert. See, this is my order date and order type, then price, customer number, and price, cut and insert. That's it. So I make the same order which is there in the internal table. The file also I have given the same order. Same. So now, so I would like to have an internal table and work area. So GT underscore file type table of ty underscore type, yes underscore file and the type ty underscore type. That's it. Save. I have an internal table and activate this global declaration. Activate this global declaration. So go to the screen 1002. and go to the layout and place in a table control wizard this. So table control with wizard. So this is my table control with wizard. So continue. I'm going to use PC 0002. This is my table control for the screen 0002 and continue. And I want the from the program the work area and internal table and the work area, and work area is es underscore file and continue. And I would like to need here there all these fields on the screen and continue. And I would like to input control. Suppose if you want to do some edit, I can do the edit and also with column headers and continue. And I can do a scroll option, continue, and it will generate these many includes. Yes, continue, and result for function do. That's okay, and complete the table control. See, a table control is displayed over here. Okay, so this is my table control, and go to the flow logic. So whenever you do an upload, okay, just populate the data will be comes into the interface. Go to the flow logic and you see the table control. There is a loop in the PBO, there is another loop in the PAI, and also we have a process on value request whenever you do an press F4. But whenever you do an upload option, what you need to do? So if you want to do that, you need to enable a user command. A user command button you need to enable it. Click on the user command. On user command, so this should be on the top list always. Control X. Process after input. Do this. Then only you can loop it. Right? So first you need to do this. You have to you need to get the data first. After you get the data, then I can do a loop. So do you want to create a new thing? No. So I have already include this. Did you remember that include? So what is the include? The which is having, I think this is the include. Yeah, 01. Click on OK and S and S. So here I'm going to write in a logic case psi -u UML and end case. And whenever you do any when the value is okay, UPLD, that means when you click on upload button, so the value comes, the SciUCom value, the function code we have given for the upload is UPLD. So when it is upload, save. So guys, if you want to, so some points which we need to write it. Upload the files, steps. Okay, there's one design screen feed with RL grab icon file name and enable F4 functionality, okay, by using process on value request and use function module F4 underscore file name, okay, to get browse functionality, right? And prepare file with required fields. Prepare the file with the required files and click upload option to upload the data from Excel to internal table first. You need to upload the data to the internal table, and if you want to use this, the sixth step is use function module. So senior batch, what is the function module to upload the data from Excel to the internal table? What is the function module to upload the data from Excel file to the internal table? What is the function, not you? What is the function module to upload the data from Excel file to the internal table? Basic. Huh? Let's see 37. So star text star Excel is star and F4. Text convert XLS to SAP. This is the function model which you need to use it. Text convert XLS to the SAP. So I am going to use this function. This function module will upload this data from file, Excel file to the internal. Very, very important is this. Always in the business, always maintain the data in Excel file. So there are a lot of requirements. You need to upload the data from file. See dump. So total here I have only 21 lakhs of records. Also we can upload the data into the SAP. The future concept. After this concept, I am going to explain that only. So the BDC we are going to use it. But now I am going to do in a direct DML operations, database operations, direct updates I am going to do in the module full program. So now I am going to, where is that code? When it is in an upload, use this function model, this call this function model. So convert not convert, so always I convert this text convert XLS to SAP. Text convert, see I have already used XLS to the SAP. That's it. So here you need to, and also you need to tell to the system. So is there any line header? Line header means, so tell me what is the line header here. See, this is in a header. Fields are the headers. So in this Excel file, is there any line header? Yes, we have the line header. The top we have a header. So this you have to pass X. X means, so we are telling to the system, yes, in the file there is a line header. Don't consider that first record. So automatically it doesn't consider that first record. Then another one is, so exceptions, enable the exceptions. And so what is the file which you are passing this? So where is the file? So the file is there in the, okay, RL graph. Whatever you selected the file, that will be stored on the screen field. When I press F4, I select file. The file will be placed on the screen field. The screen field here is RL graph file. So this two things I need to pass it, and the data is into the. So I have prepared a GT underscore file. This is my internal table to hold the file data. And also guys, this is a dummy, so you have to declare a local declaration data lt underscore raw and the type. So go to this function model. So there is a reference for this raw. So always guys, you must use the same reference type, otherwise it will give a dump guys. So IT raw data, this is a type of this is a type of this. So I maintain this and maintain this lt underscore that's it. So it is going to upload the data, it is going to place the data in gt underscore file. So but in table control we are looping in a gt underscore file. So whatever the data which is uploaded to gt underscore file, that will be displayed on the table control. Save and print up and activate. PC underscore lines is unknown. Is neither is one of the specified tables are not different. So this problem with the activation space. Not don't think much. And this is there in the top declaration. Hope. So Control C This is there in the top declaration. Always started with you. You need to activate this first. You need to activate the top declaration. Now come back and activate the function group. Activate the function. Now it should activate total function group. So in the function group, always whenever you see this kind of problems, activate the top include, and sometimes whenever you are editing also it will give a locking error. That time you need to go with the display, then you need to activate it. So see, now it is activated. So now I am going to do this case, save, and now interesting thing, come back. Okay, I didn't write any logic for the back. So I need to write the logic for the back and all. Table screen. What is the screen? 002 and user command. Always you need to PI only. We are going to handle that. So when this is back or exit, exit or cancel, cancel, leave to screen 00. You need to go back to the screen 00. So it is giving me some dump. That's okay. Okay, now so we will get a lot of dumps, guys. I know there will be some dumps which are going to see in this exercise. Sales M. So select sales area input details and enter the data, enter the data, and enter the data. So whenever you enter, it calls the 002 screen, and I'm going to F4 and okay, save, and F4 and go to the batch 9 and module full files. This is my file which I am going to upload it. So I have uploaded that. So it comes, see the file, sales file xls.x, and when I click on upload, and see guys, it is uploading the data from Excel. Hello. So you'll get okay and S, and it goes and it will upload the data on the screen. See guys, the data is uploaded on the table control base. Very good. We have the records on the table control. Suppose if you want to edit, you can edit on the table control. See, on the screen itself you can edit it, and I am going to do a save option. So whenever I do a save, the data should be stored on the database table VBAC. So I will enable a save option. Next, I will do a save. Whenever I saved it, the data should be saved on the database table in the VBAC. So that's what we are going to do in this slide. This. Okay, it is calling 2 times y. Whenever I click on upload, then only it should come actually. Okay, that's okay. I put on a save. Whenever I save it, this data will be saved on the database level. So go to the screen and enable a save option. Go to the layout. Go to the flow logic. Okay. Okay, status is here. Status, yes. Status is not there. How we are getting back options automatically, guys? Hmm? I don't know, but how we are getting it? Today the system is very slow. Okay. Enable the PF status. Status 00. Double click and S and go to the here and use the OK code and save and back and exit and cancel. Okay, try. By default, it should be exit command. By default, it should be an exit command, but it's not working. I don't know. Okay, save. So we have a save option which is enabled, guys. I'm going to do a save functionality now. Enter. And go to the go back and go back. So user command, we are going to write under the PA user command. And when it is upload, you need to upload it. And when it is back, you need to go back. And when it is saved, and now guys, we are going to save the data in table VBAC. So I'm going to declare one local work area for the VBAC, which is a type of VBAC, because we are going to do an database table updation from total table. So you need to declare in one work area with the total table VBAC and use the move corresponding data from how to save it. I need to save the data from the total internal table. Look at GP underscore file, right, into GS underscore file and loop. So you need to save all the data, right? File means, and move corresponding data of GS underscore file to the LX underscore VBAC. Move the corresponding fields to the VBAC and modify. Use modify, don't use the insert. Modify VBAC and from work area LX underscore VBAC. So that's for the reason, guys. So here I am doing in a modified in database table. Whenever I do in a modified database table, so all the fields, the work area should contain all the fields. You cannot do any modification GS underscore file. You cannot do this case. It's not possible. Okay, always you need to use the total work area and move the corresponding fields from GS underscore file to the LS underscore file. Did you get my point? In GS underscore file, we have only very less fields. But whenever you would like to update the database table, use total work area with the reference to VBAC. I need to have one work area, and maybe I have less fields here, I have more fields here. How can you move the data? We are going to use a move corresponding fields. Move corresponding fields from work area to the target work area and to the database updation. Pretty printer and do the syntax check, guys. I think orders are available with this number. Just I will increase the I put some range which is not there in the existing database tables. Okay, maybe I go to the FE16 and I will use a different sequence to that and take out 500 and we'll see the sequences of the orders. So I'll use the different sequence. So it started 4,000 sequence. Okay, there is no details with the 1,000 sequence. Did you see? So 1,000 sequence, do you have records? No records in the database table. Maybe I will use the 1000 sequence. Okay, and 1001. So Excel guys, so you can put that two, and if you do like select two things, if you select all, it will come in the same sequence. See, so that's an Excel. So even Excel is also very important. Means Excel and PPT, Word documents, the three areas you need to have in a some kind of expertise. Okay, that is also important, but it is very easy. You need to do some kind of activities like this. You are going to learn it. No need to go to anywhere to learn this, and do some kind of maybe in BDC we are going to do a lot of things like this. Okay, now I am going to do an so this is done and activated, right? So some of the things are in blue. I think it's not activated, and so do the syntax check first. No syntax errors, and select the function group and activate the function group. So see guys, whenever you do this kind of error, you are going to get it whenever you do in a function group activation. So again change it. It will be in the display mode. See, now it is in the display mode, and select the function group and activate. So activate the function. See, the function group is activated, but the include is not activated. Activate here. It will activate this include. It will activate this include. Now we are going to do in a logic this. See, come back. GEDZ line save and select this and 1000 and 10 and 00 and enter, and browse the file and sales file and upload it. You will get okay. You have to do like it is in open. It should not be in open mode. This so the data is uploaded, comes into the table control. But when I do the save, the data should be saved in the VBAC base. See, till now we do not have any 1000 sequence. So go to the table and refresh. I do not have any 1000 sequence here, and so I do not have this 1000 sequence. But I am going to put on a save. So save it, and now you come back here and refresh. You are going to get the 1000 sequence in the VBAC table. No, it's not updated. Okay, so to the slash h, we'll see the debugging why it's not updating, and save. If you see any standard code, you need to press F7, and case I you come when it is in a save GT underscore file. See, we have 20 records in the GT underscore file, and save it. Yes, move corresponding to the ls underscore VBAC and then ls underscore VBAC. I am moving the data and the data record which is there, and modify this, and size about is 0, and add from ls underscore VBAC. So maybe come back, put the range from the 1000 to the 2000. Just I'm taking only some examples. No values found, and F5. We have two screens now. So modify statement. Are you getting size of RC4? No. F4 and enter script no records found. So can anybody tell what is the reason? Go back, do this. Okay. I write in a commit workplace. So I write in a commit workplace. This is a TCL concept. You remember, right? TCL. transactional control language. The commit work I am going to perform over here. Okay. Now activate the program, and now maybe come back, and again enter GEDG9 sales area input details. Enter and select the file and upload it. Select here, and whenever it is open mode, we will get in this, and this is my data, and save it. Save. Now come here and enter and execute. Why modify is not working? Okay, /h debugging and save. So F7, F5, F5, move corresponding ls underscore vback. We have key field. See, 1000 date format is fine, and the TA is internally fine. That's it. So why it's not working? Commit work. When I did a commit work, even though it's not working. F8. Come back. Yes, 16 and 1000 to the 2000. No. Why it's not working? I think, is it modified table, guys? I think modified table which we need to use it. I think this is my suspicion. Why? Because we have a work area with the same name. I think it's so maybe my guess is, so we have a tables option with VBAC that is giving me the problem. Modify database table. Okay, F1. So my suspicion is modify database table. Modify target from source. That's it. Simple. See, the changes are committed to the database next database commit. Until that point, they can still be under using a database rollback. Current isolation defense, whether the modified data can be read into the database. That's what it's thinking like it's in a work area. I think that's what my thought. Okay, what we can do is, I will do this top include. I will change this top include name to the GS underscore VBAC. I will take out this from the here. Okay, I don't use this. Then I'm going to use in a work area. Okay, gs underscore VBAC, and which is type of an VBAC. I use this structure and I go to the field, go to the activate the top include, enter, and go to the layout, change this reference from VBAC to the GS underscore VBAC. I change the VBAC to the work area field, GS underscore VKO RG, and same this field also. GS underscore VBAC VKO. Okay, very good technique is this is. So GS underscore. Why? Because when you do any screen with reference to work area, it doesn't give me any field descriptions, right? First you do with the data dictionary, then later you change it to the work area. So automatically you are going to get descriptions. I don't think you understand my concept. Okay. So whenever you created a screen field with directly with reference to data objects work area, it's not giving me the text. You need to design your text, right? So instead of that, first declare with the table, then take out the table and put in a work area instead of tables. So this is the one more technique. So come back. Okay. And now I am going to activate. So now in the tool, I'm using an VBAC. That means here it will take as a database table. It will take as a database table. See, because VBAC structure is not available, definitely it should think like a database table. Okay, and activate the this include. So VBAC. When commit work also not required in this case, because the next concept is the update function model, which I am going to explain. We'll see one record then. Okay, this is done. Everything is activated. Nothing. If you see anything blue, all the things are not activated. It's a little heavy program. This in model pool, right? We do. So we have now. I am going to upload again. So sales and select second one. Enter this value 10 and 00. Enter and upload the file. Upload it and okay, and yes, and come to here. You can see the data, and I do an /h and save. I'm going to debug. This flow here today. F7, F5, save, modify. See, Now it is some time it takes. Whenever you do any modifying, definitely you see the record in the database table. I go to the web app and tab and explode. You can see the yes case. The 1000 is updated in the database. And also no need to so come back and F6. Okay, F8. So maybe come back, come back, come back. So go to the SE. And I think the data maybe it may be checking the currency and the quantity fields. We are updating price. So the direct database update is not good, guys, because whenever you upload amount, you should be having a currency also. So maybe internally it is checking, it seems. But if that is the case, modify, I should get a size of RC equal to 4. No, it's not updated. It's not in ascending. Why not updating it? Can anybody tell the reason why it's not updated? Even I am passing some other details as well. Let's underscore back icon. Yeah. Current WA. Yeah. There's some other information also I put and take this 3D printer and modify. So now guys, put on a breakpoint, upload the data item. See, it is in 9. Why it's not updating? I'm entering the data 1010 and 00. Even this also I'm updating and upload and select the file and upload. The data comes into the table control. So here is my table control and save. So save. See guys, the entered values. See the screen values are coming up. See, we have changed our screen to the GS_VBAC, and whenever I enter the value on the screen field, the value will be stored on the screen field which we have used. And So, so I have given most of the required fields. So let's see, order type, time is okay. Order type, this is mandatory, and also I have given the NETWR and price, sales organization, distribution channel, and modify the back. So go to the C16 and the back sales properties also. No, it's not working. Why it's not working? Can we use insert? I think use insert. Insert to the syntax. No syntax. Insert database table from this. I use insert. So this time we'll see our luck. Use the some concept I am using this. Okay. Enter. Upload. So I'm using insert size of RC 4 days. So see insert gives me the problem. So size of RC 4. It's not inserting from the work area. Modify doesn't give me the problem. Insert gives me the problem. Size of RC. I change size was already existing code. I will make this one. And again, I will insert. See, every statement, the database updation is failing. So that's the problem. So how, how to know direct database table? That's why, guys. So the standard things always don't do any direct up database table update. You should not do any database table updates. Guys. So if that is the case, how we can upload the data into the database? So leave about this case. Maybe if it is a custom, I think it should create a table data easily. So I will go to the SC11. I created a custom table with the same field. Okay. So Judd way back. This is my table, and create the table already exists. Judd way back 9 create and something and then the reflection fields and AALV and AALV and VBE LN and VBE LN underscore EA and then next one is EAT, EAT and EAT. We'll see guys. So next one is NETWR, NETWR, and and currency and quantity fields, you must give a currency and quantity fields, and that's it. And save and save and technical settings. Yes, so I know the table maintain generator. So programmatically, I'm going to maintain the database. So now I have created one custom table, not the standard table. So take this custom table and go to the here. So maybe this table is this ls underscore VBAC, which is a type of my custom table. Type of my custom table. And if it is a custom table, so I do not have this comment this code. I have only that particular fields, 5 fields. So ls underscore table also change the table and put the table G VBAC and do the syntax check. So then it is activated. Now I am going to upload the database. Come back, and do the G9 select. This is not having any importance. Just I have taken since upload. Just save and save the details. So file data and file yes RC is 0. See guys, so the VBAC is having some fields which is having an importance. So that's why that is not updated. So now maybe we'll go to this table and see the entries. See guys, 1000 is updated into the database. So like this, and all the records are updated into the database. Refresh, you can see all the 20 records are updated. So why? Because in VBAC there are some mandatory fields. So that's why we should not do any direct database tab full update stage. So how can you update the data? So if it is not direct database tables, how you can update the data? So the next in upcoming concepts are one is BDC, then next one is BAPI. So these two things we are going to use this BDC and BAPI. We are going to use this. So the next concepts are BDC and BAPI. Normally we don't do the direct database table operations, DML operations. We should not do like this. We do it. We did an insert, right? Instead of this, we write in a BAPI. So that's what the next concept which we are going to see is. So now, so that's it. We have updated the data into database table simply, and with the database operations, and in the future we are going to see how to update the data. And also guys, so here my case is, let's take an example of, I have one more thing which is having an item details. Let's take an example. So let's take an example of item details. So, how the commit work will work is, so whenever you design a screen guys, so let's take an example of, I have 3 screens. Let's take an example, very interesting. So I have a screen 1. Okay guys, everyone, it is important. So which is an control C, it is an screen 3. So whenever I do a DML operations, insert or modify, I didn't write a commit work. Automatically the the data is saving into the database, right? So there is one LUW called database LUW. So here there is one DB LUW which will be triggered, will execute automatically for every screen. So automatically LUW is executed. This DBLUW, it will perform commit work implicitly. No right the commit work. Automatically the commit work will work. So I have a field from VBAC values. In the second screen, I am entering Control C, Control V, some item values. And third screen, I am entering partner values. Partner means what is the table? PV is the database table. So in the first screen, I am entering the order header details. The second screen, I am entering the order item details. The third screen, I am entering the partner details. But when I come to the, so because of this DB this is the DB one. Control. So for every screen, this another screen from DB2, and this is my another screen. It's an invisible, guys. You don't know this concept. So the result I cannot show. So DB the result we have seen just now. So I have updated my custom table. Without writing any commit work, the database updated with the records. Here also, if you do the database DML operation, the database will be executed. The data will be stored in the database. In the third screen also, it will be do like this one. I'm coming from one screen, the data is updated in VBAC. The order is 1000. The items are under 1000, item 10, item 20. But when I come to the partner screen, there is an error case. I got some error in the third screen. Let's assume there is an error in the third screen. But because of this inbuilt DB the database is saved. But if you want to roll back the data, whichever is saved, if there is an error, I should roll back that database. Okay, I should roll back that data. That means I should not be having that data. I should delete the data, but the deletion is possible from the database. You cannot roll back the data from the database. Once it is saved in the database, you cannot roll back from the database. So in that case, actually, we should not do any direct database table updation. We should not do any direct database table updates. So to avoid this, so there is a concept called update function module. So whenever you would like to do any table update, you have to use an update function module. So when update function module will be triggered is if you write explicitly the commit work, that time module will be triggered. So that concept will be what the update function will be worked in the SAP concept. So what exactly SAP LUW and what is LUW? So the LUW is a logical unit of work. LUW is a logical unit of work. Okay. Database LUW implicitly there is a one logical unit of work for one screen. So whenever you process the screen, the DB LUW is executed. Whenever the DB LUW is executed, the commit work will be performed implicitly. So that is a logical LUW, SAP LUW. Okay. So total all the screens, after you process all the screens, the SAP LUW, after processing of all screens in single session. In single session, that means I have a program which is executing 3 screens. So one screen 2, screen 3. After you process all screens, the SAP LUW will be executed. In session, the SAP LUW will be executed. So there are 2 types of LUW. One is database LUW, another one is the SAP LUW. Database LUW will be executed for every screen. SAP LUW will be executed for all the screens, and the implicit we are going to have a commit work. So next one is update function. We have seen normal function module. We have seen the Next, we are seeing the update function model. There are three types. I told in the one is the normal function model. Second one is the RFC remote enabled function model that we will see in the interfaces. Third one is the update function model. So now we are going to see the update function model in the tomorrow's class. So what exactly the update function model? How we are going to use an update function module? So that's it for the day. So heavy dose in today's class. We have used a lot of operations in the module full program. File upload, how you can do the file upload, and also how you can update the data into the database by using module 4 and enabling and disabling the fields on the screen. Very interesting class today. And tomorrow we are going to see the update function model. It takes some time. And Friday we are going to see the subscreens. That's it. So when did we started the module full week? 23rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 classes. So, 8. Almost we have taken 1.5 hour minimum. Okay. 12, 12 to 14 hours we have discussed in the module. Okay, that's it for the day. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.